We had several billion-dollar companies present tonight. With that speaker list, we did not just sell 150 tickets, but we sold them 10 times as fast as we usually do. So that was a growth hack that worked, to go really high in the ambition level of the speakers.
So on opening new engineering locations, we're not very explicit about it actually. We're very opportunistic. And that means if we have an office already in a country and it turns out there's great engineering talent, then we're probably likely to open an office there. So it's local talent that offers itself to us, and then we start making use of it. Alternatively, it's acquisitions. So we've acquired in 3 different locations, Singapore, in Montpellier, and in Krakow, which gives us new places to hire more people.
There was a lot of interest in how did you make that decision, or are you sure that you would make the same decision today, which is an important question if you're a startup today. Would you stay in Denmark? Would you go to the US? Why did you go back to Denmark? How do you build a tech organization internationally? So lots and lots of structural questions about how to actually build companies.
One of the best takeaways was that a couple of them actually said that if they were to start a company again, it could very well be in Denmark they would do it. They wouldn't have done that 10, 15 years ago. Now it's actually possible to start in Denmark and to stay in Denmark. And that's a great story we need to get out.
And a few patterns that came out was there's a lot about culture.
When we hire people, we look for a cultural fit in addition to them having the right skills. And we've defined our DNA pretty clearly now. So we are looking for people who are passionate, resourceful, creative, growth-minded. And then the 5th thing is that basically if we don't want to have a cup of coffee with a candidate, then we're not going to hire him or her. We try to hire through network whenever possible. If that's not possible, we do a normal process and we go with our gut feel eventually.
I think my greatest takeaway from tonight has been the presentation by Mette Lykke from Too Good To Go. She had to make some difficult decisions. She chose to close down some markets, take a step back, and this is really what growth hacking is all about. Looking at the data, figuring out what the next smart move should be.
It's the first time we've had speakers with 10, 20, even 20 plus years of experience who can really talk about the whole growth journey. Which also means that we weren't as much in the machine room as we usually are, but we got some really high level things about how to recruit, how to set a culture, how to make key decisions.
So I guess I've been to maybe 4 or 5 Nordic Growth Hacker events before. And I've seen a lot of the videos. The great thing about being here and attending the event instead of just seeing the videos is I get to meet a lot of people with an awesome learning mindset.
I think there are some guidelines for new startups today in terms of what should they expect of the journey, what should they expect of themselves on that journey.
So we've had to convince a lot of traditional investors that typically haven't invested in startups. What we set out to do was to understand the traditional models of the market that we were already in, and then proving within that framework and showing them the new framework of where we were going with our company. Not just talking about the vision, but also proving your business model is a very strong argument. And it shows your personal abilities and it shows your company's position and what you're trying to do. So I would try to get results and not inflate numbers.
So I thought it was a huge success. For the next session, we're going to go low level again. We're going to go into the machine room and talk about, I don't know, sales or product marketing or whatever. But it was fun to get up high up in the helicopter today and look at the entire growth journey of companies that actually succeeded very well.